It measures neither our wit nor our courage, neither our wisdom nor our learning, neither our compassion nor our devotion to our country.
Welcome to TYT Community. This is the second episode ever. My name is Kimani David. I'm the Young Turks Community Ambassador. And with me today we have Jeff Waldorf and Kevin Wayne.
My name is Jeff Waldorf. I have a blog at another progressive blog. Blogspot.com.
I'm Kevin Wayne. I have also have a blog. It's veritynation.wordpress.com. TYT community member. I'm from Florida.
And next up, we have the former governor of Michigan, Jennifer Granholm, speaking at the Democratic National Convention.
The entire auto industry and the lives of over 1 million hardworking Americans teetered on the edge of collapse, and with it, the entire manufacturing sector of this country, and we looked everywhere for help. Almost nobody had the guts to help us. Not the banks, not the private investors, and not Bain Capital. But in 2009, the cavalry arrived, and our new president, Barack Obama, came in. He organized a rescue, he made the tough calls, and he saved the American auto industry. Now you know, Mitt Romney, he saw the same crisis, and you know what he said? Let Detroit go bankrupt. Now sure, Mitt Romney loves our lakes and our trees. He loves our cars so much they even have their own elevator. But the people who design and build and sell those cars, well, in Romney's world, the cars get the elevator and the workers get the shaft. President Obama, with the auto rescue, you know, he saved more than 1 million American jobs. But it wasn't just Michigan. Hey. It wasn't just Michigan, my friends. In Colorado, the auto rescue saved more than 9,000 jobs. In Virginia, more than 19,000 jobs. In North Carolina, 25,000 jobs. In Wisconsin, 28,000 jobs. In Pennsylvania, 34,000 jobs. In Florida, 35,000 jobs. In Ohio, 150,000 jobs. And in the great state of Michigan, 211,000 good-paying American jobs all across America. Autos are back. Manufacturing is rebounding. Why? You know what I'm saying? USA! Because when Mitt Romney did say let Detroit go bankrupt, who took the wheel? Barack Obama! When America was losing 750,000 jobs per month, who gave us a lift? Barack Obama! When American markets broke down, who jump-started our engine? Barack Obama! And when America needed it most, who got us rolling again on the road to recovery? America, we need to rev up our engines in your car and on your ballot. The D is for drive forward. The R is for reverse. In this election, we are driving forward, not back. Let's re-elect our great president, Barack Obama.
I really like the speech. I have to admit that. I had mentioned it before. It kind of makes some people mad. Some people are tolerable of it. That it reminded me of the old soapbox politics where you stand up and yell and everything. But when you come to substance of it and the energy that she brought with it, I mean, it'll bring chills up the back of your spine if you believe in those things. And let's be honest, there's not much to say about that except she come out there and started bitch slapping people with facts, and you cannot deny the amount of jobs that were created from that package, and she brought it.
Whatever she was on, I want some. It was such a high energy speech. She had the crowd going. She railed against Spain. She went after Mitt in his op-ed, let Detroit go bankrupt. He even went after his car elevator. It was great. I don't think I've seen the crowd so worked up. I don't think President Obama had the crowd worked up that much. So, and she used to be my governor, and I'm very proud to say that she was my governor.
That speech, the energy, the fervor behind it, just the patriotism, that's patriotism right there, where you're celebrating what your government is doing for you, for your citizens. That was it was powerful. And Jennifer Granholm, I love you for that. And she's awesome. She's a host on Current, and she does a great job in the War Room. When you go up on stage and speak about your country, that's how you should sound. That's how proud you should be of it. Just one little doubter. She said that when the auto industry needed help, nobody came to her rescue. Except, and I hate giving me any credit, but except for the man George W. Bush, who passed the first economic stimulus package while he was still in office. I want to know from our panel here, was her speech, as patriotic as it was, a little disingenuous because she gave no credit to President Bush for his first stimulus package?
I don't find that it's disingenuous for that reason. But I do definitely feel that President Bush, whether progressives want to hear it or not, does deserve a little bit of credit, for his part in that. I mean, the guy did a lot of bad things, but that was a good thing. She might have left it out, but what she was trying to focus on is where we want America to go, and what this president is trying to do for workers of America, for everybody. Let's consider all the people as a collective and try and help everybody. That's the focus of this president. I don't think that it was a disingenuous or that she was being disingenuous because of the format and where she was speaking. I think the people should know, but that's where it would end. I mean, it's up to people to know that she wasn't really being disingenuous, but yes, he does deserve some credit.
Yeah, definitely. We got to keep it real around here. George Bush, $17.4 billion to help save the auto industry in the stimulus bill. I mean, it may have been packed with some other things that aren't so good, lack of regulation, but give credit where credit is due. And as far as the patriotism angle, I think it was a very patriotic speech. It was, like I said before, full of energy, and as Kimani pointed out, the best part to use a USA chant.
Right. Now, the reason that I pointed out that it could have been a little disingenuous is because she did say that when the auto industry was floundering, nobody came to our help. Those were her words. So when you find out that she did receive, or not sure personally, but the auto industry in Michigan received $17.4 billion from the first stimulus package under George Bush's administration, and she's giving the credit fully to Barack Obama, that's why I would say it's a little disingenuous. So as much as I love you, Jennifer, scale it back a little. You got to give the man some credit. We as progressives, it's one of our goals to be honest. Honesty in politics. And there's another fact that she mentioned, and she went through all the places that jobs are being added under the Obama administration. Michigan, at the start of Obama's administration, had more jobs actually than it does now.
I can attest to that. Living in Michigan, it's very difficult to find a job in manufacturing, and it's even more difficult to find one that pays more than $8 an hour. We definitely have a lack of good middle-class, middle-income jobs, and we actually have plenty of lower-wage jobs, but lots and lots of people to fill them.
So what you're saying is the service industry has picked up quite a bit, but manufacturing's still struggling a little bit. Michigan's kind of based on that, and that makes sense that it has less jobs, Kimani, but think about how much more could have happened there, and how much worse that more would have been, without that package. And yes, George Bush does deserve a little bit of credit on that, but I think in an earlier discussion with you, you had mentioned something about regulation as well. That's one thing. He might have brought some stimulus, but he brought stimulus without regulation, and that's not good for the industry. Stimulus with the regulation was really the help that came. So was she being disingenuous, to answer your question earlier? Maybe not so much. I mean, when you consider all that, it was pretty good of the current administration to bring the help it did.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just want to make it clear that in her speech she had framed things to give credit to Obama. Now, as a progressive, I want to see her come out and say, hey, the first stimulus package was great. It didn't do enough, and it didn't do the things it was supposed to because it came with no regulation. That would have been very easy to put in her speech at some point. Maybe not during the middle of all the hype and hoopla. And to frame the addition of jobs better, she should have stated that job growth has not been affected in a negative way since Obama took office. That's what she had meant to say, for at least in the case of Michigan auto manufacturing jobs. Anyway, Jennifer, go you. You're an awesome speaker. I hope you speak at many conventions in the future, and we'll stay tuned.